analyzing congestion. We'll just start with the creation of nodes. I've created N0, N1 and then N2, N3, N4, N5. I'll take N0 and N1 as source nodes. N4 and N5 I'll take as destination nodes. Duplex link when you're creating N0 to N2, N1 to N2, N2 to N3, N3 to N4, finally N3 to N5. Next we'll consider the agents. I have this node N0 acting as a source node. So I'll take N0 as the TCP node, and then I have one more option there called TCP Reno. So what is this TCP Reno thing? TCP Reno is the one which has congestion control algorithm. So in congestion control concept we have three stages: slow start, congestion avoidance and fast recovery, where all the three stages appears in this TCP Reno, which we are comparing with normal TCP. Normal TCP has only two stages: slow start and congestion avoidance, no fast recovery. So let's compare this node N0 transferring packets to N4, how the congestion is controlled here. Let's compare that with the node N1 packet transmission to the node N5 via TCP Reno. Okay, so when we have congestion control algorithm, what happens, and when we don't have this congestion control technique, what happens? We'll try to compare that. So let me take TCP sync. N4 is a sync, N5 also is a sync. Let's connect now. TCP 0, that is connected to sync. Again TCP 1 connected to sync 3. Let's now define FTP, file transfer protocol, for the source nodes N0 and N1. We are done with the agents, also application. Let's directly go to the parameter section. So we can just save this as 3. You can rename it, left to you. But remember, this trace file in third program we are not going to consider. Let this trace file be there, but apart from this trace file, two new other trace files also we are going to create, so which we are going to analyze later. So just I'll save this. You can go to the TCL section. I'll just save this TCL script. Just see this program. I have opened a trace file. Initially I had saved a trace file. So this is the trace file. You can just see I have total 6 nodes there: N0, N1, N2, N3, N4 and N5. So here you can set the color to the nodes, and also you can give shape for the particular destination node. It is left to you. It is optional, not compulsory, and all that changes you have to do inside this node definition section only, setting color and shape. Okay, you can directly come to the link definition section. Remember, what is my source node? N0 is my source node, N0 to N2, N1 to N2. So N0 and N1 are the two source nodes. In the topology I have taken the same way, N0 and N1 as the two source nodes. So here the bandwidth is set by default, it is 100 MB, here also it is 100 MB. So let me just change this to 2 MB. This also you can just take it as 2 MB. N0 to N2, N1 to N2, and then I have N2 to N3. So how is the topology? N0 to N2. N2 is my intermediate node. Source node is N0. N1 to N2. N1 is a source node, N2 is a intermediate node. Recall the topology. So both the bandwidths I have taken 2 MB each. Now N2 to N3, that intermediate node to the next node, you can just reduce it to 1 MB, and the Q limit, so I didn't change the Q limit here, 5 let me take, this also 5, but this let me take it as 1, okay. And then finally N3 to N4. N4 is my destination node, N5 also is my destination node. So you can just, instead of this 100 MB, you can just take it as 2 MB. And here this you can take it as 5. So if at all you don't experience any dropping of packets, you can come back over here and make the changes. You need not remember all these bandwidths. Okay. We'll just directly go to the agent definition section. So in the agent definition section, you can just see N0 is my source node. I have attached TCP agent. N4 is my sink destination. I have here the packet size by default 1500. The second one you can just see the second part. Again here I have taken N1 as a source node for which TCP1 is the agent, N5 is the sink, this is the destination, packet size also is the default one. Now here you have to add some things. So I'll just add over here. Just check over here. I have opened two new trace files. Apart from my original trace file, I have created two new trace files for the analysis purpose. The first trace file I have taken as f1.tr. The second one I have taken as f2.tr. These are the two new trace files I am opening for analyzing congestion in the network. In the question, they have told analyze the congestion that is occurring in the network. What is congestion? Congestion is the network traffic created, and the network traffic is created because of too many packets that is sent from the sender. And in order to control that, we have congestion control algorithm. So here f1.tr and f2.tr are the two trace files, and you can just see here in my trace file I am going to search for a pattern called CWND. The CWND is the one which I am going to trace inside this trace file. So CWND refers to congestion window size. Every sender will set congestion window size. Like in my topology, I have two senders, N1 and N2 are the two senders that I have taken, N1 and you can just see here N0 and N1 are the two senders. So these two senders have set here the congestion window size. As and when the traffic increases, the congestion window size should increase. If it increases, the sending rate increases. If the traffic increases, if the sending rate also increases, it leads to a very high traffic. So that is why whenever the congestion increases, congestion window size should decrease. So whenever the traffic increases, you should not simply bombard the network with too many packets. You should start reducing the sending rate. That is why, that is the reason we take here congestion window size. So congestion window is the one which we are tracing inside this file F1 and F2. Remember to add these lines there. We are tracing congestion window. So I'll just make the changes there. Attach F1. So you are supposed to attach F1 to TCP0. And then this file F2 should be attached to TCP1. TCP1. So TCP0 and TCP1 are the two agents we have. So TCP0 and TCP1. We are done with this changes, and directly you can come to the application definition section. This is same to same. If at all you want different starting time for two different sources, if you want to send if you want different timings for two different sources, like first source can start at 1 and stop at 2. If you want the second one to start at 2 and stop at 4, you can do so this way, so that you can differentiate between the two traffics. We are done with the editing work that we had to do. So save this. So we can just run this. We have N0, N1 as the two source nodes, N4 and N5 are the two destination. But remember, N0 is sending normal TCP traffic. It is defined, normal TCP protocol is defined for N0. So all the packets that is transferring from N0 to the destination node N4 is not following any congestion control technique. But here when source node N1 is sending the traffic to the destination node N5, N1 will follow all three stages of congestion control algorithm, because this node N1 is considered as TCP Reno type. So let me play the animation. We could see the packets that transmitted, and also we could see the packets that got dropped. If you want to see more packets getting transmitted, what you are supposed to do, just go back to the code, just go back and check your bandwidth there. You can just go back to the link definition section. If you want more packets to be transmitted, just increase this. N0 to N2 you can increase, N1 to N2 also you can increase, but do not increase this N2 to N3, just increase this N0 to N2 and N1 to N2. So this bandwidth you can increase little bit, okay. You can just increase it to say 30 MB or something. This also you can change it to 30 MB. It's optional if you want more packets to be transmitted. So I'll just go back and see the awk script. I want to analyze the different parameters there. You can just see the awk script now. Like first two programs, we don't have to check here the dropped packets, but here I have to trace the congestion window size. In the first two programs we had just checked the dropped packets, but here I have to see whether the congestion has occurred in the network. So how do I check that? You can just see here, there is one pattern, there is one string called CWND underscore. Where do I find this CWND underscore? I'll just show you. We'll open the trace file that we had created. Two trace files we got. We had created f1.tr and f2.tr. I'll just open that. You can just see I had very few packets to transmit, right? So I had just one packet there which I transmitted maybe. That is why I get to see only one line there. So what is that? You can see a parameter called CWND underscore there. In this trace file, you can just notice that at time 0, the congestion window size was 1. As the time increases, as you have more number of packets to transmit, this congestion window size also goes on increasing. But one point of time, this congestion window size, increasing of congestion window size will stop and it will start reducing. When is that? Congestion window size will start reducing when there is dropping of packets in the network. Whenever you find dropping of packets in the network, too much of dropping of packets, this congestion window size will drastically decrease. Okay, so we'll just show you that. just check the animation of the same program. I have changed the color of the sender nodes N1 and N2. This red node is TCP, the blue node is TCP Reno, N4 is a destination which is in box shape. You can see too many packets that is getting transmitted, and some packets gets dropped there, and after some time you can see N2 also starts sending the traffic and some packets gets dropped over here. You can just see this. Okay, I'll just close this. I'll show you the bandwidth that is changed there. You can see N1 to N0 2 MB, N2 to N0, N2 is one more source, N1 is the first source, N2 is the second source, N2 to N0 also is 2 MB, Q limit is retained as 50, but N0 to N3 is maintained as 1 MB, N0 is intermediate node, N0 to N3 is Q limit is 5, then finally the destination N3 to N4 2 MB, N3 to N4 Q limit is 50, finally N3 to N5 is 1 MB and 5. Okay, so you can just make all these changes and just check out. So many packets will be sent. So I'll just show you now the trace file. The trace file names that I have taken here is f1.tr and f2.tr. f1.tr. You can just see here this trace file f1.tr. Earlier when I executed had only one line, but right now after execution I got too many packets sent. That is why this file is very lengthy. You can see here CWND. This every row you have to check where the parameter, where the string is CWND underscore, and you have to extract this first column and extract this last column. First column and this seventh column you extract. Why I require this first column and seventh column? Because now I am going to plot the graph for this trace file. Whatever I am plotting now is for different timings. The first column says about the timings, the last column tells about the congestion window size. As the time increases, this congestion window size also keeps on increasing. So for this I will plot the graph. So this file is only for the first type of source. Which is that first type of source? Normal TCP type of source. So as the time increases, congestion window size increases. Now I will not take all the lines here. I will skip few lines. I'll take only 15 x coordinates and 15 y coordinates. Remember, from this file I am interested in the first column and last column. I am interested in only the time factor and the congestion window factor. So go to every row where CWND underscore parameter is there and extract the first column and the last column. How do I extract this? Using the awk script. So you can just see the awk script now. You can just see the awk script now. Go to sixth column, last but one column in the trace file, and search for the parameter CWND underscore. If you find this parameter, from that row extract the first column and the last column. What is first column? Time factor. Last column what you have there is congestion window size. So these two acts as x coordinate and y coordinate for your graph. So all the rows you go, extract the first column and last column and just save it. So you can just see now, I'll execute this awk script, execute this awk script. For this awk script, you should pass one input file. What is the input file for this awk script? From which file it has to extract the first column and the seventh column? It is this trace file. The trace file f1.tr contains 7 columns. From that 7 columns, what this file contains, take only first column and seventh column. So for extracting those first column and seventh column, I have written the awk script here. So when you execute the awk script, it will take the input file f1.tr, extract first column and seventh column, and that output it will redirect to the newly created file A. So now let's open this file A and check whether I have first column and seventh column. You can see here first column and seventh column. I have 15 rows each. The first column is time factor, last column, the second column here is congestion window size. Now let me just plot the graph for this particular file. So command is xgraph and pass the file A. A contains x coordinate and y coordinate. So So when you plot the graph, you can just see how is the graph. As the time increases, the congestion window size also keeps on increasing, right? And this graph I have plotted for which one? It is for the source node N0, which is normal TCP, no congestion control technique, normal TCP thing. I'll close this graph. Now I am left out with one more source, right? There is one more source which I have defined as TCP Renault agent with the congestion control technique. So I'll just see that. You can, before that, I have to again execute the awk script, same awk script, but this time I'll pass the second trace file, f2.tr. But before doing this, I'll just open my trace file, second trace file, f2.tr. I'll just see the contents of that. So since I had taken only 15 lines in my first trace file, second trace file also I'll take only 15 lines. Save this f2.tr, keep it ready. Now I'll pass this f2.tr to my awk script. Same awk script you execute, but this time input file is f2.tr. But redirect the file, redirect the output of this awk script to a new file called b. Initially I had executed the same awk script, but I had taken f1.tr, redirected it to a new file a, but this time second trace file and redirect the output to the newly created file called b. Press enter. So just we'll see whether I have something in my file b, gedit b. So I have the same 15 lines, the first column and seventh column I have extracted. So again you can execute this graph, but this time pass b. So you can just see how is the congestion window size increasing, whether it is same as the earlier one. Earlier one was increasing rapidly, but you can see here congestion window size was not increasing till this point of time, but after a certain point it started increasing. So what is the meaning of that? Congestion window will not rapidly increase here in TCP Renault. Congestion window will go on increasing rapidly even if the traffic is there or not in normal TCP. But in TCP Renault, since congestion control technique is there, congestion window size will increase very slowly. Okay, so you can just compare both the graphs now by passing two parameters for this xgraph command, xgraph A and B. Two input files you pass, A and B, so that will be easy for us to compare. Now you can see red graph is normal TCP, green graph is TCP Renault. So red graph says as the time increases, congestion window size increases rapidly. But green graph says congestion window didn't increase till this point of time. After certain point of time only it started increasing. That means source was not sending the packets too much in the case of TCP Renault. Okay, so that's all about third program. This is the graph you have to show finally.